Hello, welcome to this match, Shanahan versus SportingElijah in the Traveler Mix tournament. These are the Travelers, the Peasant. So we're going to get 4 games. We each get first player with a Peasant game, and then we switch over to a Page game. Trashing with Counterfeit and Moneylender. Draw with Barge, Scholar, and Werewolf. Lots of draw. Village with Bandit Camp, Disciple, Teacher. There's boons. Hexes coming from Werewolf. There's spoils attached to Bandit Camp. I think you want to go Moneylender Peasant here. You do want to get thin. Likely even grab a Counterfeit the first time you hit 5. I know Teacher is not in vogue, getting the Teacher these days, but likely I will get Teacher and slap it on Barge. That seems like the best. Once you've gotten your deck fairly thin of treasures, you can consider adding in Fool's Golds. I'm thinking about doing that already. They've gotten a second Peasant and a Silver. I don't really like the second Peasant this early. I kind of want to add a Baron, but I'm quite over-terminal at this point, so I think I'm just going to add a Silver. Get money in my deck. This is also said, I guess I can't expect to hit 5 that often with Moneylender Peasant, and they didn't collide, so it's not the end of the world. But with 2 4s, I think I just need to get some silvers, and then look to be getting a Counterfeit next shuffle. You can also look to get some strategic Dens of Sin to help progress the Traveler up the line. Got a Soldier now. The Soldier becomes a Fugitive. The Fugitive becomes a Disciple. So 5 here. I think I'm going to get the Den of Sin now. It makes it much more likely that I'll draw all my stuff next. So I'll terminal collision next turn likely, but I'll definitely hit my Soldier. Yeah. Well, 1 and I was going to say there's 1 and 8 that I don't hit my Soldier. Now it's 1 and 3. Either way, I'm going to hit 5 and buy a Counterfeit. So this was quite nice. My Moneylender was bottom decked, meaning that it didn't terminal collide with my Silver. They got their Counterfeit now, so I'll keep pace on that. Probably you can get some Barons here once you're thin. The Barons play fairly nicely with no estate trashing, so you've got your estates around forever. And now I will start in on the Barges. Or another Den of Sin. Since I have 1 Den of Sin in play, I think I'm going to start in the Barges. Again, the goal is just to thin all the coppers out, add some nice cards like Barges, Den of Sin, and then get up to a Disciple. I may, with the number of terminals I had, actually add a Bandit Camp here, but it may be a little bit early. One nice thing about Bandit Camp is you can play Counterfeit on the spoils. Okay, so I have 8 or 9 here. Does 9 get me anything that 8 doesn't? I think I'm just going to get Bandit Camp Peasant here. I like the idea of adding another Traveler, which can get me another Disciple. And I have the space now in my deck, I think, to do it. I didn't draw any of my actions this turn, but I will, in theory, find a whole bunch of them next turn. They've got the second Peasants up to Fugitive, which is nice for them. I think I can support the... Can I support the Baron now? I think I can. I'm about to ramp up my payload pretty significantly in terms of adding Bandit Camps and Barges and stuff very quickly. So I'm either going to find my Disciple this turn or next turn and be able to Disciple something. They sadly did not find something to Disciple it with, which is quite unfortunate, but they were able to play 2 Counterfeits and get a Barge, so it's tough. They went for Teacher. Interesting. Okay, my Disciple's at the very bottom of the deck, so I will draw through to see that. I have a choice between Discipling a Moneylender, getting very thin, or Discipling a Peasant, advancing that along, getting another Peasant. I guess I like Discipling... If I disciple the moneylender, I'll have 11 money. I can get like Den of Sin, Barge. If I disciple the peasant, I can get... If I disciple the peasant, I'll have 2, 7 money or something like that. 8 money. The advantage to discipling the peasant, I guess, is that my peasants run up the line faster. So I guess we'll do it that way. So here I have either 7 or 8. And I think I'm just going to get another Den of Sin here. Oh, I have 8 or 9, I guess. Den of Sin or Barge. I think Den of Sin makes the most sense. And I think I can support a little bit more treasure still. I guess I'm going to follow suit in the Teacher. I'm not super comfortable about it, but I really like the idea of getting plus action on Barge, or being able to play a ton of those, and then having the bandit camps for a little bit of plus action, and then from there. Okay, so I can either here have 9 or 6, and I think I just want to buy 5 costs, so I think I will buy a Barge here, turn the peasant into a soldier, and feel sad about having bought that Baron. Maybe that was a bad idea. Okay, they've gotten their Teacher into play on turn 12. I probably will get mine in play on turn 14, so they're a little bit ahead in that respect. And they did put plus action on Barge, which makes sense. And they're able to disciple, so they are quite a bit ahead in this game. A little bit sad, I think, to disciple the moneylender, because the second moneylender is kind of a dead card in your deck. In general, I'm going to have a moneylender, and 3 estates are going to be the dead cards in my deck. That was a strange undo, but why would they play the disciple at all then? I'm quite confused. Why didn't they play the moneylender instead of the disciple? Playing the disciple doesn't do anything for them. Okay. So this was a pretty sad turn for me. I really need to get my Teacher into play, which means I'm not going to get to play this Barge. I am going to get to buy some more Barges, but they kind of meandered on their last turn, so I think I've got at least a little bit of a shot here at figuring out what they're doing, or beating what they're doing. I'm not quite sure where everything went wrong for me. It definitely went wrong at some point. The Barons... Did their Travelers just move up the line a little bit faster with shuffles? Yeah, my soldier missed my second shuffle. Okay, so obviously play the Teacher here, and I can counterfeit the spoils, which is quite nice, and buy 2 Barges. It would probably be better to, like in a different situation, to get Barge Den of Sin, but I don't really have... I need to play fast here, because the Barges are going to be empty in a second, and I really want to put plus action on Barge. Probably I can put... if I need more village effect, I can get some bandit camps, but... Interesting, if you next turn your Barge, you do get the plus action. That's nice. I'll have to consider that. They should be fairly far ahead here, though, still. Even with a couple of meandering turns. One of the things that I thought would not be fun about playing this tournament is this thing where you basically have identical buy orders, and the shuffles make a huge difference as to how your Travelers advance up the line. So I got a soldier on turn 3, and then I played it on turn 6. They played their... no, we both shuffled on turn 6. So played some Dens of Sin. They played their Fugitive on turn 8. I played my Fugitive on turn 8. I don't really know what happens. What happened there? They just seem to jump ahead. So maybe they just played it a little bit better than I did. I can't really identify a specific thing at this point. They're a little short on money, maybe? Not really. It does feel like they're meandering a little bit. So if I keep focused, I think I have a shot here. Using the second disciple to as much effect as possible seems good. I'm not quite sure why they're getting all these peasants. I don't think they're going for soldier payload. That is a thing that you can do, but I don't think that's what they're doing. The actions are a little bit limited for that to work. Okay. Okay, so that's nice. I have 11. I did not find my disciple again. My disciple is hidden a couple of times. So I think I'm going to get werewolf bandit camp here. I could also consider getting a Den of Sin and a bandit camp here. Or a Den of Sin and a werewolf even. I need more draw still, although I do have a bunch of barges in the discard. I think I have a barge and a disciple down there, but I don't really want to play, obviously, on that. So I guess I'm going to go Den of Sin and werewolf. Get my draw going and see if I can catch up. I actually only have one disciple, so I don't have a second disciple down there. Or the disciple is there, so I don't have a second disciple. This game's pretty close to resignable for me. If they do go for this soldier payload where they have 5 soldiers and then soldier stacks up its coins, so it's worth 2, 3, 4, 5. I think they're going to be somewhat action limited, but we'll see. I should have 4 barges in this shuffle and a werewolf, so I have a decent chance of being able to draw pretty cleanly. Yeah, it does look like they're going for soldier payload here. Although they weren't able to play their peasants, so they only have 2 soldiers. So they seem to be meandering quite a bit. I'm not quite sure with 6 barges why they're buying the cards that they're buying. But so I can play all these barges. This is all nice. And now I can play the Baron. Now I can play the soldier and get the attack in. I'm probably going to buy a bunch of Dens of Sin here. I guess I'll counterfeit the spoils. Well, let me count how much money I have. 8, 14, 17, 18. So I have somewhere between 18 and 21. I have to look and see if there's some kind of sneaky pile out I can do. Potentially, like, buy 8 estates or something. So with 21, I can get, like, 3 Dens of Sin in a bandit camp. And get a whole bunch of Dens of Sin, and then make sure I have a big turn next turn, and potentially do something awesome. I will keep the 1 soldier because it's worth payload, and they may be going for the soldier stack, so it'll be nice to block that. They should be able to draw reliably, so it's possible even that they have a win here, but I don't feel like they have enough money. I had to buy a lot of silver, so I had a lot of $3 hands. On those same hands, they were buying peasants, which I don't like because they collide so much. It's going to be problematic, but so they did gain a bandit camp there. They're gaining a bunch of spoils. They're going to be able to draw those spoils. They have a couple of counterfeits, so they can counterfeit all the spoils. So they should easily have 25 money here to buy out the bandit camps, the Dens of Sin. And they should not even need to play the... They should not even need to play the soldiers to do it. Okay, well, good game for Sporting Elijah. I don't really have anything cogent to say about why I lost. I feel like um, strategically I played fine, and it was Traveler stuff. Maybe the Baron was dumb, but I didn't really have much else to buy. So, first game goes to Sporting Elijah, and I will see you in game